It's a beautiful bacon day, Cookie Crusaders. Today we're going to be talking about the mileage shop and what I recommend as a spending guide. Now, of course, I'm sure that a lot of you have come into this knowing specific cookies that are strong, such as Eclair, Wildberry, Caramel Arrow, Cotton. These are cookies that have worked well in many modes, worked well in many teams, and worked well in many different areas of the game. So it's not that I'm necessarily here to recommend which cookies to purchase with mileage first, but rather what to do to get the most value out of your mileage. So, when it comes to the mileage shop, if you want to get a full cookie that you've never met before, and you need 20 soul stones just to start at level 1 promotion or level 0 promotion or 0-star promotion to get 20 soul stones, you're going to spend 20,000 mileage to get that one cookie unlocked. And that's fine. If that's something you want to do, you really want the cookie, by all means, go for it. That's okay. But what I implore is that there's a better way to go about getting mileage and a better way to go about getting more value and more rewards. Now, what this is going to require is patience. I don't want to call any of you out specifically. It's just more so that if you want the better value, it's not going to be an immediate relief. So, what those two things are going to be is arena tickets and treasure tickets. If you do not have high-level treasures, you're going to have a hard time in many different modes. You're going to have a hard time getting through dark mode. You're going to have a hard time getting through master mode. You're going to have a hard time getting through player versus player. And you're going to have a hard time in the higher tray levels of Tower of Sweet Chaos and the longer waves of Alliance. Now, why that matters is that you get, when you beat these things, gem rewards. You get the different collection rewards for getting to certain points in the story. You get different rewards for getting specific ranks in arena. These things are achievable based on the level you are and how far you've gotten. If you're running on low fumes because you've been buying cookies constantly, instead of buying these other materials to up your team's levels, you're going to be having some issues. Now, of course, getting more cookies means getting the bonds, which means upping all the cookies' potentials as it is. And that is helpful, for sure. I won't doubt or deny that that doesn't help a little bit. But high-level treasures are going to be a very high importance first. And then, if you can, after, invest into arena tickets. Now, this comes with a caveat. If you have a team that you know is doing well and you've seen is doing well, then run it. Run as many tickets as you can. And yet again, to buy the most amount of value, only buy a specific amount of tickets at a time. The reason being is, if you overbuy your limit, you stop producing. So, to give you an example, if I go into PvP, right now, because of a collection mailed that just came in, I've gone over my 12 ticket maximum, and now I have no new tickets producing until I spend these. And so for that reason, I'm losing out on value at this moment because I'm not below that threshold. Now, it is hard to stay below that threshold at all times, so it's not that I'm going to implore you grind out the arena right away, but the main thing to take out of it is if you want the most reward, that's going to be your 2 spots first. Because once your treasures are leveled up, you're going to feel the ease of how well your teams are doing at the lower levels, and you'll feel that challenge more so at the higher levels. And then if you're doing really good in arena, you'll get those gem rewards. And yes, that takes a month. It takes some time. But getting those rewards means you're going to be getting 10, 15, 20,000 gems depending on how high you get. And guess what? When you use those gems and you do a 10 summon, you have a chance to pull a full cookie. Not even just one full cookie, but multiple. And if you have maxed out certain cookies, like the commons and the rares, then at that point, you have a chance to just get free mileage with your pulls. And so that's important too. And even more so, more importantly, in the mileage shop, you can't buy the stones for any of the cookies to get their soul cores leveled up. all you can do is buy the soul stones to get them to the 5-star point, not even to the higher point. And so I think it's more value if you get these things leveled up so that you can easily get through higher ranks of arena and the other game modes. And then at that point, you can burst through with so many gem rewards that you'll be actually incurring much more value. And you might even hit a point where you can stop buying both of these and then just start buying the soul stones at that point. Because if you consider it this way, if you buy Wildberry right away just to get them, great. You've got them. You've unlocked them. Go ahead and use them. But if you want to spend the 100k mileage it's going to take to get them up to a 5-star, that's going to take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of resources. And during that time, you're not upgrading the rest of your team. You're only solely focusing on upgrading that one cookie. And because of that, your team is suffering. Therefore, your game modes are suffering. So this video is mostly imploring how to spend in a wise way and how to take your gameplay a little bit further. Rainbow cubes, soul essence, time speed ups, they're great. They're not going to help you a huge amount. And the EXP, even though it helps, it's a high cost for what you're getting, and it's not enough. Like, I could spend enough for 1,300 of these right now, and that would get me maybe 2 cookie levels at best if a cookie's at level 60. So it's really not going to be a huge amount. Actually, I don't think it'd even get that much. I think it would get me a chip in from 60 to 61, so it's not going to be much. So it's really not worth the value at the high levels. At lower levels, it might help a lot, but at the high levels, it's not going to help nearly enough. And so, yeah, my biggest recommendations, treasure tickets first if you can. Get those treasure levels up. Get them maxed out. Because guess what? If you pull them and you've already got that treasure maxed out, free mileage. It might not be the exact same amount of return value, but it's still free mileage back. And more chances for you to get those maxed up and leveled up, and for you to perform easier in all the game modes. And then those arena tickets, super important. Super important. If you don't like grinding arena, I understand, I respect that, but that's going to be one of your easiest ways to pull good gems all the time. And if you get those treasures leveled up, you will do better in guild battles, which means that you have a chance then to get high gem rewards from guild battles too. So it really works out in many different ways. I think in a month's time, between guild battles and arena, if you can pull the right resources and the right ranks, I think you can get about 30 to 40,000 gems a month if you consistently push hard and do well. Either way, I would love all of your feedback and opinions. How do you specifically spend mileage in the mileage shop? What is your priorities and preferences? I'd love to hear it. Either way, thank you so much for stopping by, and have a wonderful day.